Biology reveals a government inside the body. What if I told you that right now, as you sit there breathing, blinking, thinking, scrolling, maybe eating something you should not be eating at this hour, there is a government operating inside you? Not a metaphor first, a reality first. Your body is not a random bag of meat with Wi-Fi problems. It is a regulated kingdom. A kingdom of signals, a kingdom of laws, a kingdom of timing, a kingdom of systems that do not vote every 4 years because they are too busy keeping you alive. Your temperature is being managed, your blood sugar is being adjusted, your water balance is being monitored, your heart rate is being negotiated, your hormones are carrying messages like royal decrees through the bloodstream. And all of this happens mostly without your permission, your applause, or your understanding. Biologists call this homeostasis, the body's self-regulating process for maintaining internal stability while adapting to changing conditions. It is not static stillness, but a dynamic equilibrium maintained through regulation and feedback. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it, because the body is not merely alive, it is administered. Homeostasis, the quiet rule of life. Imagine a great city. Lights on, roads moving, water running, security active, deliveries arriving, waste leaving, temperature controlled, communications flowing, hospitals operating, power steady. Now imagine all of that happening inside your body. That is what homeostasis is. Your body does not survive because everything stays the same. It survives because it can detect change and answer it correctly. Too hot? Sweat. Too cold? Shiver. Too much sugar in the blood? Insulin steps in. Too little? Other hormones answer back. Low water? Thirst is triggered. Pressure changes? Vessels respond. Stress rises? Whole systems mobilize. This is why authoritative physiology texts describe the body as containing thousands of control systems that use set points, regulation, and effectors to keep internal conditions within survivable ranges. In other words, life continues because order is enforced. And let's pause here for a moment because this is already humbling. You and I like to think we're in charge. But if your pancreas took one long lunch break, your theology, your podcast mic, your gym membership, and your political opinions would suddenly become secondary concerns. A lot of people talk about living my truth. Your body is over here saying, that is wonderful, but your sodium is low and we are handling a situation. That is biology's first sermon. Freedom without order is collapse. Feedback loops. How the internal government corrects itself. Now, let us go deeper. How does this internal government actually govern? Through feedback loops. A feedback loop is a regulatory system with sensors, a control center, and effectors. The body detects a deviation, compares it to a target, and sends instructions to correct the problem. Most homeostatic regulation in the human body relies on negative feedback. That sounds technical, so let me translate it into normal human language. Something notices, something judges, something responds. Sensor, authority, action. Let's say your body temperature rises. Receptors detect the change. Control centers in the nervous system process that information. Sweat glands activate, blood vessels near the skin widen, heat is released. The body works to bring temperature back toward its normal range. That is not chaos, that is enforcement. Or take hormones. The endocrine system acts as a chemical messenger system, sending signals through the blood to regulate organs and tissues. Hormone production is commonly governed by negative feedback, including hypothalamus-pituitary target gland pathways. So when the body senses it has enough of a hormone, it doesn't usually scream, more, more, more. It says, that's enough, stand down. Now that is wisdom, because one of the marks of healthy government is not merely power, it's restraint. A broken government overreacts. A wise government restores balance. That's why negative feedback is such a beautiful phrase, even though it sounds like your body left a rude comment under your Instagram post. Negative feedback in biology is not negativity, it's mercy. It's correction without destruction. It's intervention before collapse. It's order stepping in before disorder gets a throne. Laws keep life stable. Now, here's where the rabbit hole opens. The body does not maintain life with vibes. It maintains life through laws. Not human laws, biological laws, operational laws, embedded rules of function. Heart tissue must conduct impulses in proper sequence. Cells must maintain gradients. Hormones must bind to the right targets. The nervous system must integrate incoming signals and generate coordinated responses to support behavior and homeostasis. In plain terms, the body works because not everything is allowed. There are boundaries, ranges, thresholds, permissions, stops, triggers. And if those laws are ignored, the result is not creative self-expression, it's dysfunction. This is true at every level. Too much acid in the wrong place, trouble. Too much sugar for too long, trouble. Too much inflammation, trouble. Too little oxygen, immediate trouble. Too much hormonal noise, trouble. Life is not sustained by the absence of rules. Life is sustained by right rules in the right order. Britannica describes homeostasis as a self-regulating process that maintains stability while adjusting to changing conditions. The key idea is not rigidity, but regulated balance. That matters, because some people hear law and imagine oppression, but your body hears law and thinks, excellent, we may all survive the afternoon. The problem is not law itself. The problem is bad law, broken law, ignored law, or rebellion against the law that makes life possible. And biology whispers this to us every second. Order is not the enemy of life. Disorder is. The authority analogy, a kingdom inside the flesh. Now, let's name the analogy. Your body behaves like a kingdom, not because it wears a crown, because it has governance. There's communication, there's hierarchy, there's jurisdiction, there's correction, there's protection, there's a center of integration. There are messengers, responders, boundaries, enforcement mechanisms, emergency protocols. The hypothalamus, for example, helps coordinate endocrine activity and participates in temperature regulation, appetite, fluid balance, and autonomic control. It's one of the body's major integrative hubs. That doesn't mean your hypothalamus is a tiny king sitting on a golden chair shouting at your kidneys, but it does mean your body is not anarchy. It is astonishingly coordinated administration. And that should challenge how we think spiritually, because we live in an age that worships expression but distrusts order. We celebrate desire but resent discipline. We want power without structure, blessing without alignment, increase without law, authority without obedience. Yet your own biology refutes you all day long. Your body says nothing flourishes here unless it is governed. Even your cells are basically tiny citizens obeying protocols, and the moment enough of them stop obeying, doctors start using very uncomfortable words. So no, this is not just a science lesson, this is a mirror. Kingdom bridge. Righteousness is order. Now, let's cross the bridge carefully. If the body survives by lawful coordination, then the spiritual lesson is powerful. Righteousness is not merely moral decoration. Righteousness is divine order. In the same way that homeostasis is the maintenance of internal stability through right regulation, righteousness in the kingdom can be understood as life functioning under the right rule. When order is present, life can flourish. When disorder reigns, breakdown begins. That's true biologically, that's true mentally, that's true relationally, that's true spiritually. Think about it. A body with broken regulation becomes unstable. A mind with no governing truth becomes unstable. A family with no governing order becomes unstable.
A society with no moral center becomes unstable. We often pray for peace while protecting chaos. We ask for strength while feeding disorder. We want kingdom results while ignoring kingdom government. But the pattern is everywhere. Where there is righteous order, there is life. The body preaches it. The bloodstream repeats it. The hormones illustrate it. The feedback loops testify to it. The nerves carry witness of it. Creation is not just alive, it's structured. And structure is not cold, it's compassionate. Because when the body corrects itself, it is not punishing itself, it is preserving life. That's what righteous rule does. This also explains why your body sometimes feels like a deeply underappreciated civil service. You eat spicy food at 11:48 p.m., you sleep like a folded lawn chair, you drink water once and call yourself hydrated, then you wake
up confused, tired, inflamed, and dramatic. Meanwhile, your organs are in a meeting saying, "We have received another reckless policy decision from upper management." Upper management is you, and they are not impressed. So, here is the revelation. The human body is not merely an organism, it is an ordered commonwealth of systems. Homeostasis shows that life depends on stability. Feedback loops show that stability requires correction. Biological laws show that correction must follow design, and all of it points toward a higher truth. Life thrives where righteous government is present. Not random government, not abusive government, not corrupt government, righteous government. The kind of order that protects purpose, the kind of rule that preserves life, the kind of authority that keeps chaos from becoming king. And maybe that is why the language of kingdom resonates so deeply, because your body already understands government. Your biology has been rehearsing the sermon the whole time. So the next time someone says faith and science do not belong in the same room, just smile, because inside that room is a body, and inside that body is a regulated kingdom. If this opened your eyes, type order in the comments. And get ready for part 2 on spiritual laws, because if biology reveals government, then spiritual law may explain why so many lives break down when divine order is ignored. Subscribe, share this with someone who loves science and scripture, and I will see you in part 2.